everybody, and welcome to the beginning of our Innsmouth Conspiracy cycle player card reviews. The scenario reviews will come after we've done our second run of the Innsmouth Conspiracy, which we have finished the first one at the time of recording, but no spoilers because it's still coming out on the channel. But today we're going to be beginning our reviews of all the player cards. It's been 2 years-ish since we've done one of these, so we don't remember the format. So I think it was just we think it was just like open discussion about the cards, and we all kind of like gave our thoughts as we went through. So this one's just going to be the deluxe box. We have all the cards included in that one, and then we're going to go cycle by cycle like we did previously.
Scenario by scenario.
Thank you. Cycle by cycle will be a big video.
None of these cards are from the Innsmouth Conspiracy. They're all from Dunwich.
0 out of 5. All right, let's start with the Book of Psalms. So this is a 3-cost asset that takes up a hand slot. It's an item, token, blessed. Commits for a brain and has his 4 secrets as uses. As an action, spend 1 secret, heal 1 horror from an investigator location, add 2 blessed tokens to the chaos bag.
I think this card is like okay. It's not good. You don't want your deck in the campaign, but it's like okay.
I just want to attach this card to Amanda Sharp. Or not Amanda Sharp, the other one.
Abigail Foreman.
Abigail Foreman, yeah, the other library-like drone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, you know, you're like, she's like, what am I holding this for? And you're like, sing, I said.
Yeah, sing from the book!
This is nice.
You're an
to protect
intern.
some people, it's like fine in the same context. Like Liquid Courage is fine.
Yeah.
As long, and like, I wouldn't play it if I didn't care about the blessed tokens. But if you do, it's like actually a very efficient way to get them to the bag.
Yeah, and like also like if you're probably playing with just like if I'm looking at this just as the Innsmouth Conspiracy, I honestly was really happy when you played it when I was Silas because I was like I could die, and this will make me not die and also help your game plan. But I agree, it's something you want out pretty early.
Yeah, it is a fine level 0 card. But
I think in my Sister Mary deck,
better
it's like
options.
the second last scenario.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because a lot of the cards you upgrade are just like...
That's because you were busy buying spears that killed Christ.
Yeah, and I took up my Blessed Blades for those. I needed backpacks to find them, and then I needed like...
Yeah.
I needed a Covenant.
Yeah.
And then I needed some Hunter or Cat Lady.
Anyway, we said no spoilers, and we've already broken that rule.
Yeah, I just think this card's fine.
Yeah, it's a solid early level card.
What do you mean spoilers? Maybe Travis built Sister Mary. I wonder if he's going to play Holy Spear.
But they didn't.
Know.
Now they know. They didn't know before.
They're like Travis was gonna do this weird curse, Sister Mary.
Yeah, just like the bless tokens offset your curses.
Yeah. I think as well. You'll know when you want this card. This isn't just a card you like put in your deck. You'll know when you want it. All right. Next up, we got Blessed Blade. This is a 3-cost asset that takes up a hand slot. It commits for a fist. It's an item, weapon, melee, and blessed. As an action, if Blessed Blade is ready, you can fight. You get +1 fist for this attack. If a blessed token or Elder Sign token is revealed during this attack, it deals +1 damage. Before revealing chaos tokens for this attack, you may exhaust Blessed Blade to add 1 blessed token to the chaos bag.
This card, I have played with it and seen one other person play with it, and if you would like to put blessed tokens into the bag, it is okay, but it is a bad card.
If you would like to deal damage, this card is not good.
If you want to actually fight things, you should be playing real weapons.
Yeah.
And not this ornamental sword that's probably all dull.
No, I think if you're playing a blessed token deck and you're looking for a weapon to put in that deck, maybe the Winchester is where you want to be looking.
I mean, it depends a little bit too. I think that's also a garbage card to clean your blessed deck personally.
Like it might not be good, but it's better than this, right? Like if you reveal the token, it does 3 damage instead of the 2 that this one does. Yeah, unreliable 2 damage is like kind of not amazing.
Yeah. Like maybe this card has like a Home in a York deck where you buy Favor of the Suns as soon as you can. And then you could like put the blessed tokens in, you play the favors, stick them on there, so you can fight stuff good, and then the favor goes away and you replay it.
Yeah,
you know?
But you could just play with like machete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this, especially
I mean, if your card pool is exactly core Carcosa,
you still could play machete.
Yeah, but you're going to play 2 weapons in your.
Yeah.
I think a big thing with this one is if they intended to include this in Sister Mary, it really should have just been +2 fist, because like even just +2 1 damage, can like work as an offhanded weapon, but +1, like not 2 damage all the time, because like you have to work for it, and like
If it put bless tokens into the bag when you killed things with it,
That'd be good.
then I'm there. Like that's a card that I'm thinking about playing.
it's like one of those things where like you read the card, because I've also played it in I think in a Sister Mary deck, and it's the same thing where it's just like you're always just like, oh, this really only gets me to 4 fists, huh?
Yeah, you're like, oh, I can't actually kill you. Like,
that's not that high. It reads nice, and you're in this magical land where you always get the +1 damage, but like it won't happen enough to make this card worth it.
Yeah, it's only good if you're like not the fighter.
Yeah, it's kind of stinky.
All right, kind of stinky. I like that. Next up, we have Rite of Sanctification. This is a 0-cost asset that commits for a book. It takes up a spell slot. It's a ritual. It's blessed. Seal up to 5 blessed tokens. If it has no token sealed on it, discard it. As a reaction, when an investigator at location plays a card, exhaust Rite of Sanctification and release a chaos token sealed on it. Reduce the cost of that card by 2.
This card's like 10 free money, dude.
Yep. 10 free money.
It's so good if you're playing the blessed deck.
And it doesn't return them to the token pool. It releases them into the bag.
Yeah.
Man, how many cool cards can they release for Yorick? Because it's always one more. Always one more.
Yeah.
You see it read a card and you're like,
Yeah, I'd actually
nothing
never
on
read
it,
this
discard
card before.
it. Like, gears start turning.
Yeah, I've never read this card before. I just would sit down and play, and I'd be like, Travis, can I use your thing for money? And he would be like, yeah, you get 2.
I guess.
I'd be like, all right, cool.
It's kind of weird how it's always 2, huh? Like, no, not really. It's just
Never complain about free money.
No, I feel this card is like so good, especially for the blessed deck, because you have to play so many high cost assets.
Yeah. And like there is that downside, like where like I mean, you're gonna see this a lot through all of these reviews, where it's like this is like for the blessed deck. This is like this is an economy in a deck where you have no way to get blessed tokens in. So just be aware of it. But in the blessed deck, especially Sister Mary, it's like, oh baby, let's
Or just
go.
the cost of any card, not just assets.
Any card.
Yeah, it's anything.
Whoa. That's
Events
sick.
and skills too. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Look at
I'm gonna
that.
have to play Yorick again.
Do it in our rerun. Be the goon. Be blessed goon. And Travis and I will do
No,
curses.
I'll just have
Play-
one of you guys
play,
put blessed tokens in the bag for me.
And our decks will just be good.
Yeah. Alright, what's up next? Oh, I know what it is. It's called Hand of Fate. This is a 3-cost event that commits for a brain and a fist. It's spell and blessed. Fast, play when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location. Cancel that attack, then add blessed tokens to the chaos bag equal to the attacking enemy's total combined damage and horror values.
I know you don't like this one, Justin, but I think it's pretty okay.
I think it's fine. It's just like I see that 3 and I'm like, that's mighty expensive. That's the thing that really turns me away from it. Like I see the power, but like I also see like there's those moments.
Dodge costs 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's just like. But I understand that this works well in a blessed deck.
If you're
right?
playing in the blessed deck, then you
Yeah.
play ranked to
Then it only costs 1.
sanctification,
Yeah,
and then it's like dodge with upside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at like to me, I just like I'm like.
No.
No, it's not great. I did the. I don't remember if I actually ever played it, but
I think you did, and I like.
once or twice. Like it was good to just have the extra. It being a spell is pretty nice. And dig it out with your arcana shits.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and how often are you canceling an attack that wasn't doing at least 2 damage to you?
Yeah.
Really?
Like-
Really?
Like I don't think the card's bad. Like this is
Yeah.
nowhere oops level, right? Like it's nowhere close to that. It's just for me a card like this. I'm just like I'm probably never gonna play this because
it's just a little niche.
yeah. And I hate freaking niches, man. Are we good? Anything else on this guy?
Yeah, Justin doesn't play cards that don't commit for wild symbols.
It's true.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
All right. Cryptographic Cipher. It's an item and a tool. Commits for a book and takes up a hand slot. 3 cost. Uses 3 secrets. As a lightning bolt, you can exhaust it and spend 1 secret to investigate. Your location gets +1 shroud for this investigation. As an action, you can exhaust it and spend 1 secret. Investigate. Your location gets -2 shroud for this investigation.
I don't like this card very much largely because flashlight exists, and that's the thing I have against it.
I think I know what Travis is going to say now. He's going to say, but this isn't part. This is the top action that this card exists for, not the bottom action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
feel like I have heard this exact conversation before.
Okay, Bryn, so this card is better than a flashlight sometimes because you get to take investigations without spending an action. You're not paying 3 money for flashlight because that would be stupid when you could pay 2 money for flashlight. You're playing it because you get 3 free investigate actions. You just have to be good at it.
Yeah, it's just like a hand slots don't seem like they are in yellow, but there's a lot of really good things you can play.
That is actually like, because I am interested in trying this card because, you know, free investigate actions seem fun. And like +1 look shroud, you're like, I don't care, I have 8 book.
Yeah, right. It shouldn't matter.
But like the hand slot is very competitive, but I do think this card, it does intrigue me and I'm excited to try it. I've not played with it this time though.
I think this card is actually a brilliant design for this cycle as well, where it fits like absolutely fantastically into both the investigators who can play it. Because the first ability lets you evade things for free without taking tax opportunity if you were playing Trish Scarborough. And then if you're playing Amanda, you're probably if you're on main cards outside of the cycle, you're probably shoehorned into the secret archetype, which this also helps you with. And it's like just a flashlight for her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
It also, if you're playing cards like Deduction and Perception, you can get an extra use out of them with Cryptographic Cipher in your turn.
that is pretty spicy.
Yeah.
No, I think it definitely has its uses and I'm excited to play it because the free investigates, it's fun.
I'm not sure how good this card is, but I like it a lot. I think it's a really good design.
I think it's just like, it's going to be one of those cards that's like fine and you upgrade out of it, but like when you want it, or like if you're building around it, I think it'll do its
It's
work.
a tool. Maybe Wilson Richards will get to play with it.
Let's go, Wilson Richards.
Maybe. He just gets to play with tools, like the most
hell
piece
is
of
this?
garbage.
All right.
I got like flashlights and
Yeah.
a cipher and
What do I to reflect the light? Cryptic Grimoire. So we're only going to touch very briefly on this one because this doesn't get interesting until the upgrades. But this is probably the most interesting untranslated card, just in terms of like what you need to do to get it. So as an action, you add 1 curse token to the chaos bag, and then as another action, if there are 10 curse tokens in the chaos bag, discard Cryptic Grimoire, record in your campaign log that you have translated the Grimoire, and replace 5 curse tokens in the bag with 5 blessed tokens.
You have no idea how close I came to adding these into my deck at the end of Scenario 7. Just to put extra curse tokens into the bag for no effect.
amazing. This card is like not quite as difficult to trigger, I think, as it appears. You just have to play around it a bit.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to be trying to make it happen by being like every turn, 1 curse token. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You need like some sort of big flashy play to make that happen.
It's also really like it's not going to happen in scenario 1 most likely. It's like a scenario 2 or 3 thing once you get some of the upgrade cards that can put curse tokens in.
Alternatively, I've played a viewer deck where with Harvey Walters you can do it with 2 Tempt Fates and 2 Deep Knowledge, the one that you draw 2, and then you have 1 action left to do it, and you have hand size, so you'll be able to just hold them and get there. So
You have your Cryptic Grimoire in play, and then 1 turn you just dump 10 tokens in the bag of 2. You're like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Why would you do that?
and then you're just like, but now there's 5 bucks, and they're like, that's still wild. Of course, it was still very hard, and like if you things go wrong, you just like are like.
Yeah.
But it's like Travis said, just kind of like it's. I'll admit as well, I was like, this is never going to happen. It is a lot more doable than it seems.
Yeah, it's just you don't want to be doing it by activating the action on this book 10 times. No, that like firstly is probably never going to happen because people will be drawing them out of the bag, and you'll be sitting there getting angry with your teammates for drawing the tokens that you need out of the bag.
Yeah. And then they're failing.
Yeah.
Just spending actions to cause people to fail.
You're Daisy, and like what you do.
So you do definitely want some sort of effect that'll allow you to surge a bunch of tokens into the bag all at once.
Yeah.
However you choose to do that.
Yeah.
Or you paid 8 experience for Abigail Foreman, and she's like, "What do you want me to do?" You're like, "Read the book."
Yeah.
Like,
But it makes my head hurt.
Piss in the pond.
Yeah.
Read the book. I said, read the book.
All right. We got next is Deep Knowledge.
This card is like.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Oh.
It's a 0-cost event that commits for a brain and a book. It's an insight and it's cursed. It's an additional cost to play Deep Knowledge. Add 2 curse tokens to the chaos bag. Investigators of your location draw a combined total of 3 cards. You decide how many cards each investigator draws. I thought the window was open.
Oh, my dear knowledge, thank you. I'll take 3 cards.
Super sick.
Yeah. This is one of the effects that you want to use to put a bunch of tokens in the bag all at once.
Yeah, this should probably be in almost every yellow deck you build.
Yes. Yeah, there's not much more to say. Cards bonkers.
Yep.
Wow, just like that. Spent like 3 minutes talking about Cryptic, and this one just like...
Spent so much more time talking about Blessed Blade and songs. We're like, card's good.
Card's good. Plan of action. I'm mad at this card, by the way.
Me too.
This is a practice skill that commits for a while. If this skill test is during or before the first action of this turn, plan of action gains a brain and a foot. If the skill test is between the first and third actions of this turn, draw 1 card if it succeeds. If this skill test is during or after the third action of this turn, plan of action gains fist and a book. So, this card doesn't actually help you in the Mythos phase and doesn't become a guts. It's just 1 wild.
Yep.
Just something to be aware of. I still think this card's good because like the power of this card is 1, it's practiced. 2, it's just its versatility, right? Like
Justin, that's what I was gonna say about this card.
it fills the spot that you need it in when you need it. But I just think it's such an unintuitive game rule that it doesn't actually do anything in the Mythos phase. Because like you're teaching your players brain is important here. And then it's like, not this one, even though you think it is, you're wrong, sit down, right?
I mean, fair, we only think that way because of Take the Initiative. If you showed a player this card first, they'd probably assume that it works this way, like the intended way.
Oh, no, sorry, I was talking about like the fact that like brain is like, because like guts is good in the Mythos phase. Like,
so it kind of makes sense, too.
Yeah, that's why, but like, because apparently even...
stats and then like, but they're not useful.
Because like, how often is like the foot makes sense because you're going to evade an enemy for your first action. But like, how often are you using brain on your first turn?
It's just there for
action?
symmetry.
Yeah. But I think the card's still good. I don't like. It'll sit in a lot of my practice makes perfect decks. It's just like taking up a spot until I get something better. But I do think it's worse than I thought it was when I was playing it incorrectly, which is true for a lot of cases.
Yeah.
I guess it's there for like purple investigators. You can also play this because you can use a fight spell or an evasion spell with them. But
Jim Culver,
like
spell first, knife last.
And this is one of your 5 off-color cards, huh?
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay.
And then 2 copies of Practice Makes Perfect, something else that's practice, and then you're just making poor decisions.
So Justin, you do realize that for every gift exchange video that we do, you're gonna get a Jim Culver.
I've kind of just realized that. I'm living in this like forever Jim Culver hell.
Here's your gift for your after the same thing we gave you last year.
I mean, I just yesterday, just this morning, I released a Min has the skills video, and I wrote on my notepad, Jim has the skulls, ? And I'm going to make a Jim Culver deck for that.
It's like getting a new Madden game every year or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I love Jim. He intrigues me more than any other investigator. He just freaking hates me, man.
Don't know why he's bad.
I don't know. I've always liked him. I've liked from day one.
So, I know, but you've never had a good time playing him.
Never, but I will eventually. I will eventually. Okay.
Yeah,
Next
so one year it can be a Jim Culver deck, but then underneath it's just a Lola deck.
That would be good.
All right.
Yeah. She's pretending to be Jim Culver, but without any of the good effects.
We got 25 automatic. This is a 4-cost asset that takes a hand slot, commits for a foot. It's item, weapon, firearm, illicit. We're in the rogue category now. Fast, uses 4 ammo. As an action, spend 1 ammo, fight. If the attacked enemy is exhausted, you get +2 fist and deal +1 damage for this attack.
So firstly, if you use this to attack enemies who are not exhausted, we'll mail Travis to you to call you a rinky-dink scrub.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Secondly, this gun is fast. I know Justin just said that, but I'm saying it again. I missed that the first time I played with it. The first several times I played with it, I was just paying an action to put it into play, and I was like, this gun is kind of not great. Mm-hmm. But it's fast. It's like it's better than it would be if it cost 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can just hold it till you draw an enemy, and well, I guess I'm killing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't actually need to commit it until you can start using it.
Yeah, the fast doesn't actually matter for this. It's more just like for the next version.
Yeah,
Yes.
the upgraded version, it matters.
Yeah, because like with this level 0 one, like obviously if you want to get the upgraded one, you're going to have this one in here, and the weapon's still good. Just be aware, I found it clunkier, and it is kind of clunky, but I think it's still just a great rogue weapon, and it feels very roguey too.
No, I like the designs a lot. The fast is actually also there to kind of... So if you have another gun, you can just shoot them. If you have the 45 automatic. But this one you have to evade them first, so the fast kind of pays for the fact that you have to evade them before you can shoot them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, the upgraded one's so good though.
It's so
That's
good.
a good weapon.
You guys will get to hear our thoughts on that in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long time for you,
Like 1,000.
and also
years.
really a long time for us too, realistically.
Yeah.
So
Even longer for us.
yeah. All right, Dark Ritual, 20. Just write down time codes. It's a 1-cost asset that takes up a spell slot. It's a ritual and curse commits for a book. Seal up to 5 curse tokens. Forced, at the end of the Mythos phase, you must either spend 1 resource or discard Dark Ritual.
This is a really solid way to help you level up your Cursed Grimoire, where you can just hold the tokens on it until you can get the rest into the bag.
If you're playing exactly Monterey Jack. Nope, he can't play the Curse Grimoire. Never mind. Who can play yellow 4 cards and green 1?
Rex?
2
Rex,
separate
yeah.
investigators.
2 separate investigators. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you exist to translate the book for me. Honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to play this card.
I think it's fine if you're playing the green cursed archetype, because the green cursed archetype, unlike the yellow one, where the yellow one is like, curse tokens don't matter, we're good.
Yeah.
The green one is about like similarly trading powerful effects for curse tokens in the bag, but instead of the whole like
Just
curse tokens are
focusing
just
through.
extra power, or like my skill numbers are really friggin' big. Green is just like, no, we're gonna cheat the devil and get those back out of the bag. We don't need that. We don't need that here. And this does a solid job for that. Like, you're not going to see any of them, because I don't think there are any of them really in the deluxe box that are particularly good. But there are several of them that can cause you to add a giant pile of curse tokens to the bag, and if you do that, then you can play this to stop your teammates from having to slog through it on their turns.
Yeah.
Even if you just keep it around for 1 turn, it's probably still pretty okay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I get it. I do.
Is it? Yeah, it's not like the strongest card ever, but it does.
But it has its purposes,
Yeah,
and it's
like,
like
it does-
very much in that archetype.
It does
Yeah, like,
serve
it
a
also
purpose.
it makes you pay at the end of the Mythos phase, not the end of the round, so that way you can release them for your turn. This card is pretty obviously designed for Dexter, I think, where you can like hold on to for your last action on your turns, take all the curse tokens, hold on to them for your next. On your turn, you're more likely to have them for your spells.
Yeah.
And also, you can just dump it without spending an action, or also just not paying. But
Yeah. Cool. All right, what's up next? We got Obfuscation. This is a 2-cost asset that commits for a fist, takes up the spell slot, and it's a spell. Fast.
Wow.
Uses 3 charges. As a reaction, when an enemy makes an attack of opportunity against you, spend 1 charge and cancel that attack.
this is actually a Trish card,
Oh yeah, yeah.
even though it's got Dexter in the art. I know you don't like that, Brent, but
I think this is one of those
That's
weird
false.
cases where like you're like, I mean, yeah, it's.
It has to be a Dexter card. It has Dexter in the artwork.
But this might be
Several
one of the
times.
rare occasions where it's not best for that investigator in the
Yeah.
art, because yeah, it's a Trish card. Because you're like, hey, shadow agents, I'm a magician now.
Yeah, this is also. It was in playtesting. It was titled Archery Practice, because you use it with your, bow of whatever,
Mm. Oh yeah.
and you're just like, no, I missed, but also let's try again, and you don't get to hit me. No, put the apple back on top of your head.
stop moving. Yeah, this card's like fine.
Yeah, I think once again you'll know when you
Yeah.
want it.
It
Yeah.
being fast is pretty sweet.
Yes. Because then, like, you just, ooh, I want this enemy to not attack me. Play this, get bonked, then I'll do it again, but you don't bonk me. So the fast is kind of like,
It's nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's also a lot better than playing Switchblade to make your other effects fast.
Yeah.
I do like this design space for Rogue, where they're slapping fast on a lot of things. So that way you get to be a lot more
Reactive, which you...
reactive and adaptable
Yes,
instead of
yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Because, like, now you
having
can
to commit
keep...
to stuff.
You can keep this obfuscation back if you need it, and then if you don't need it, you can play the other things, and then like just easily get to 2 again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're playing a Tony Morgan pile, You can also use this to engage multiple enemies without getting hit by the ones you're already holding. Is that good? Who knows?
Okay.
But it could be.
You can play this in Leo to engage multiple enemies so you can flamethrower them.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's go.
Mark Harrigan can't play this because he sucks.
Oh, eat it, Mark. Travis
But
just breaks my little coffee holders.
yeah.
All right, you guys ready to just rock it?
You know,
this one?
actually though, this card might be really cool in Zoe Samaras.
Yeah, that too.
I'm playing some sort of Weirdsmobile tank build.
I mean, you're probably playing Trench.
Yeah.
Playing that.
I'm sorry, Mark. He doesn't actually suck. He's really good.
Yeah, he's sexy.
Yeah.
I haven't said that in a while.
He is sexy.
Faustian Bargain, 0 cost event, commits for a brain and a book, pact and curse, additional cost to play it, add 2 curse stones to the chaos bag, investigators at your location gain a total 5 resources, distribute as you wish. I think this is the strongest level 0 card they've made in a very long time. This card's bonkers.
Yeah, if you're building a green
It's
deck, you
real
have a
good.
28 card deck to build.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real. I mean, like, so if you were playing a green deck, let's be real. You weren't not playing emergency cash at level 0.
Well, if you're
Now
stupid,
you might not be, because you can play this instead.
Yeah.
Well, if you're stupid.
Yeah, I know, but like you only do that like 1 or 2 times, right? Ideally, then you
Oh no, I've only played like 2 green decks.
then you remember that you need a shitload of money to make anything in this stupid
I'm playing a
faction.
green deck that isn't playing emergency cash right now.
No, you're
So,
not.
yeah, my Dark Horse
The Dark
Fin
Horse
deck.
spin deck, yeah.
It is playing this card though.
I mean, that honestly, that makes sense, because
Yeah.
you can give it to other people if you don't need the money.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta retape this. Card's great. Sword Cane.
Ooh, Sword Cane is also sick.
This is a 2 cost asset. Item, relic, weapon, melee. Takes up a hand slot. Commits for a fist. Plain Sword Cane does not provoke attacks of opportunity. As a reaction, after it enters play, immediately trigger its action ability without paying its cost. Its action ability is Exhaust Sword Cane. Fight, evade. You may use your brain in place of your fist or your foot for this attack or evasion attempt. So one thing that Bryn told me that made this card even sicker is that the exhaust is part of the cost.
Yeah,
so the
it
first
comes-
one, you can do it twice on the turn.
It comes
out.
it comes before the colon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I think of it. Like, for some reason, I just don't like this card, but I recognize that it's pretty good.
I wish
that's
it were a
adjusted
green. I wish it were a green
Yeah.
card and it let you fight using your foot instead, because that feels more flavorful to me. Although I understand that what they're going for is that the sword inside of the cane is kind of magic.
Yeah.
I think this card is good and strong. I've played it in many Mystics.
Have you played it in decks yet?
No, I haven't played Dex yet. But the I don't like the design and space of this card because I feel like it's just kind of like a little bit too Mystics can just solve it without the biggest cost, which is that they have to spend charges on their spells.
That might be it. Why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Is it doesn't actually invalidate them, but it makes like Mists of Aurelia and Ineffable Truth and
a lot harder to
one.
like run
Yeah.
because you can like what are you using your hand slots for, right? A trumpet if you're Jim, but like ritual candles,
A
like
dagger. if
yeah,
you're-
a dagger
if
maybe.
you're,
But
if you're
like
Diana.
it's just that like how many times do you use Mists of Rilla in a thing, right? Like probably 3, right? Like probably the charges. This just does that because
Mist
you'll
is 4 charges.
4 charges, sorry. Like you only get like 1 a turn, and that's the cost. But like it's really not, because if you're evading with 5 or 6 brain, like how are you gonna fail that?
Yeah, like the benefits to playing like the other spells over these is you get additional
Yeah,
effects
you
as well.
get to
Yeah.
do other things.
But like
And you also get like actual brain boosts off the higher level ones.
Yeah, yeah. This only. It doesn't do too much. It's real good for killing rats though. Like real good for that.
But I think even just like if you just the other bonuses, this is why I don't like the design of the card, because I think to me that even invalidates it, because this is just like so cheap and you can just like get it when you need it, right? You don't need to like
Yep.
take up your spell slots. You can use them for other things. The card's good, but I also am with Travis. I don't like it.
It's really cool if you're playing Dexter Drake. I'll say that. um, sometimes you get to turn your sword cane into a different thing and then turn that other thing back into a cane.
That's
And
some
you're
magic
like,
right
magic.
there. How happy are you that you have a Dexter that you don't just die with? Is it nice? Because you used to have the Dexter
No,
curse.
I mean like
That was a big part of my identity. Is
yeah,
I'm
I wouldn't
upset.
have minded.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded. I do like playing this guy. It feels a lot like playing an old Netrunner deck that I like to play. And yeah. Anyway, we'll move on.
Sure. I thought this
I'm not
said
gonna
Threads
talk
of Fate, and I'm
yeah,
like,
So
that's
it's
crazy.
about
I'm not going to talk about Netrunner here.
Tides of Fate.
Tides of Fate. This is a 1-cost Mystic. We're in the Mystics now. It's a 1-cost spell
We
blessed
still were
event.
last time.
Oh, were we? Oh
Yeah,
my
the
god.
Sword Cane is a mystic card.
I'm having
Yeah.
a stroke, man. It's a long day. You know, this is when I get that bush brain, right? Fast. Play during any Lightning Bolt window or at the start of the round. Replace all Curse tokens in the Chaos bag with an equal number of Blessed tokens. At the end of the round, replace all Blessed tokens in the Chaos bag with an equal number of Curse tokens. So, like, really this has, like, one purpose, which is, like, what you were doing in the Innsmouth Conspiracy, right? Like, taking those tokens and sealing them away.
It has
No.
it has another purpose. You can grief your teammates at fast speed.
It's not a purpose. It's not a purpose, Bryn.
You can use this to like produce blessed tokens for the Paradoxical Archetype.
You can also use it to produce curse tokens.
Yes, but purple does
For
not have an issue. Has
Whatever
much of an
you're
issue.
trying to do that for.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card's like pretty niche. But when it's good, it does do neat things.
Yeah. I mean, I did like minor spoilers for our playthrough, but I did like what you did when you would like grab them and then seal all those tokens, and you were like, "Ha game," and that was kind of nice. I still think I don't probably will never play this card though.
Yeah, I was only playing it as a one-off because I could find out the initiates.
Checks out. Yeah. Sweet. Let's go on to the next Mystic card. For the first time, we're in the Mystics. Here we go. Word of Radiance. It's a 0-cost event. It's an Insight and Blessed. It commits for a brain and a foot. Fast. Play when an investigator location draws a non-weakness treachery card. Reveal 5 random chaos tokens in the chaos bag. If a Blessed or Elder Sign token is revealed, cancel that card's treachery card's revelation effect.
These cards are really good, actually.
Yeah.
Assuming you have ways to put blessed tokens in the bag.
Yeah.
I think like with a single blessed token, it's actually like a 75% chance to work or something like that. So
Whoa.
yeah,
Yeah.
some guy on Reddit had a little chart posted, and
Yeah.
I obviously don't have that handy, but it works a lot more than you think it would.
Yeah, I think you hit it.
I don't think I whiffed it at
I
all.
don't think you whiffed, yeah.
Maybe once at some point, but it must not have mattered.
Yeah. Obviously, you want to have at least one blessed. Like you want to be able to put blessed tokens to take advantage of this.
Non-zero.
Banking on just the Elder Sign is pretty shaky.
Unless you're playing like some sort of Weirdsmobile seal heavy
Yeah.
deck where you're like, there's only 7 tokens in the bag.
Or probably like Jacqueline deck, you can just look at a
Yeah.
bunch of extra tokens.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Cool. Oh baby, you guys ready?
it's good.
Promise of Power. It's a skill, practice cursed. Commits for 4 wild symbols. After you commit Promise of Power to a skill test, add 1 cursed token to the chaos bag. If you cannot, take 2 horror instead.
28 card mystic decks.
Yeah.
You know,
Practiced. We have to talk about that for a
Yeah,
second.
why not? Why wouldn't it be practiced?
You know why? Yeah, like
it's so a mana can play in her deck, but
yeah. Cards bonkers. It's bonkers.
card's actually not that good in Amanda, but
Yeah, it is a
it's a
little
little
bit.
tough just dumping 3 curse tokens in the bag. You're kind of like, sorry guys.
Yeah.
sucks to suck.
I think this should have put in 2 curse tokens.
I agree.
Or been like 3 wild.
Yeah, 3 wild
Yeah,
and 1
3 wild,
token would have
yeah.
been good too. But it
That's
is
fine.
what it is.
It's not- it's not
really
like-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like game-breakingly powerful or anything like that, but it is real
It's
good.
just better than every
Yeah,
other
it's just
option.
Yeah, it's bonkers, man. Like the downside just. Okay, we're gonna go to the red cards now, and while I was like saving all these images, I was like, man, I like the red cards in this box. I just like I don't like them, but that's a Justin problem.
I like this card because it has a home in our The Mummy theme playthrough.
Yes, Benny. 2 cost token of faith takes up your accessory slot. It's an asset, commits for a book. It's an item and a charm. As a reaction, after a skill test ends in which 1 or more curse or auto fail tokens are revealed, exhaust Token of Faith, add that many blessed tokens to the Chaos bag.
I think that this card is neat, but you need to be playing a very specific deck, or your teammates need to be. If your teammates playing cursed decks, this is a fine accessory to run, I think.
Yeah.
And
your
if
name
you're
is
playing,
Agnes Baker.
yeah, if you intend to be playing like Spirit of Humanity and heavily using it, this card is also very good. Especially if you're Agnes Baker.
Yeah.
To me, I just, outside of those things, it's just like, if you want an accessory in red, just draw cards with Rabbit's Foot. But with those things, especially with Spirit of Humanity, that's nice.
Yeah, it's just a nice effect to have. It's not super good, it's not super reliable, it's just nice.
Yeah. Alright, we got Keep Faith next.
This card is the most boring piece of garbage ever.
It really is.
This is a 2-cost event, commits for Brain. It's Fortune and Blessed, so sorry, Rex. Don't even think about it. Fast, play during any lightning bolt window, add 4 blessed tokens to the Chaos bag.
It's just boring.
It is boring. It's not super good either.
No.
Yeah,
It's fine,
in a level 0 blessed deck, like, alright.
To me though, I still think that's just the only place I've had any inkling of playing this was in Preston, when I had a Preston, because the money doesn't matter then, right? Because 2 is still a lot of money for that effect.
So I think that one of the tough things to kind of get about all the other archetype, Curse and Bless archetypes from this cycle have obvious payoffs and support. The red one I think is designed almost entirely around Ancient Covenant.
Yeah, definitely.
And this isn't just 4 blast tokens a bag. This is 4 automatic successes.
Yeah. It is also every red event in the game is costed with the idea that on your own exists.
Kind of.
Right. So it means that oftentimes they're a little more expensive than they need to be. Just a little bit. Although being fast means this does effectively cost 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, a little better than that.
Yeah, I think this is better at 2 cost and fast, and
Then it would
also
be-
with the lightning bolt where you
Yeah.
can sneak into someone's test if they get a nasty treachery or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think it's better at that than it would be at just normal speed and 1 cost. So
Yeah. It's fine. It doesn't do anything cool though.
Yeah, it's kind of just
it is super boring.
Yeah, if you're playing the red blast deck, this is sort of the meat and potatoes of what you can do early on.
Potato.
It's not exciting,
Potato.
but it works.
We got Predestined next. This is a skill. It's max 1 committed per skill test. You may commit Predestined to any type of test. If this test fails, either add 2 blessed tokens to the Chaos bag or remove 2 curse tokens from the Chaos bag.
Stop failing all your tests. You can't tell me what to do.
This card is ass.
I don't like it. Yeah, it's this one to me is close to that oops tier where I don't think I'll ever play.
It
this
could have
one.
done both of them, and I
Yeah.
still think this card wasn't great.
Yeah. This one,
Yeah,
even
no doubt.
even if you're playing the male lady,
Stella.
Stella Clark. This is still kind of not great, and you get a free action to punt into the failure. It's just
Yeah, it's just also super boring. It's what does Survivor do? They fail. We should reward them with blessed or remove curse tokens for that.
Yep.
it's fine if you find yourself desperately needing to do one of those 2 things and you're already playing a fail by deck or what have you. But unlike Take Heart, Take Heart I would play in other decks. This, no chance.
Yeah.
No chance. I gotta be getting something else from the failure too.
Yeah, this card's they just took the mechanic du jour and stapled it onto a thing red does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't have to like every card.
Oh yeah. No,
I don't even have to like. I don't like the archetype that this card is for. So it's kind of a double whammy on that.
All right, what do we got next?
I love it. This card's actually good.
Commits for a brain, a foot, and a wild. It's a skill. If a blessed it's innate and blessed. If a blessed token is revealed during the skill test, you may remove Blubber from the game to replace that token's effect with the following. You automatically succeed. Do not reveal another token. Return this token of the Chaos Bag after this test ends.
This card is like the skill Predestined wishes it was.
Yes. Yeah. And like, it's just the guts over manual decks. Like, that's a pretty
Or
good
plus
floor.
one to another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a good floor.
Yeah, when you're playing the Blessed deck, you just throw us that test that you need to pass, and you're like, well,
Yeah.
Maybe.
it's in God's hands now.
Yeah, unless you got a favor of the sun, in which case it's in a better god's hands.
It's in my hands.
It's in the sun god's hands now.
But even just like because with Silas, when we did the run, I had this in my deck from beginning to end, right? Because it's just a guts.
Yeah, yeah.
But it also can help with like my overpowers to get my harpoon going. But like, just sorry, it's a fist for harpoon. But even if you never activate the blessed token, even if you're like drawing blessed tokens, like Beloved is still good.
It's still fine, yeah.
Yeah.
This card's actually nuts for Silas.
Oh yeah.
A lot of cards are nuts for Silas, but, you know, it's just how it is.
All right, last one here. Oh man, YouTube's gonna love this. They haven't had a really long video in a long time. We got Tempt Fate. This is a zero-cost event that commits for a wild, fortune, blessed, cursed, fast, playing during any lightning bolt window. Add 3 curse tokens to the Chaos Bag. Then add 3 blessed tokens to the Chaos Bag and draw 1 card. The then is there because it's the 3 curse tokens is the cost. If you can't do that, you don't get the other side. But yeah, if you're playing Blessings or Cursed, this card is in your deck.
Yeah, when this card was spoiled, I had intended to play it in every single deck that I played, to just play a 28-card deck.
Yep.
I haven't done that yet.
I don't think it's that good now.
No, I mean, no. I served a second, hidden, slightly darker purpose of making math more difficult for people who aren't me.
Yeah. No, it's just like there's so many ways most people have to increase consistency in card drawing your deck that you don't need this in every deck.
No, this is true.
Like if you want to see certain cards, it's not hard to churn through your deck 2 or 3 times in a scenario. If that's what you're doing, you don't need this to help you.
I do think though, with someone like if you're running the Rite of Sanctification, this is good because you can get 5 on turn 1 with Sister Mary.
Well, if you're playing Blessed or Curse, this is
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, with Blessed and Curse, yeah, it's in there. But I would not play this just because.
No.
Because honestly, I don't like the idea of this game becoming something where I need to run a card, and I'm glad this card's not good enough to do that, right? Because
not a neutral card anyway.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm fine with playing Faustian Bargain in every green deck or Promise Partner in purple deck. So
cool. Well, those were our player card reviews for the Innsmouth Conspiracy Deluxe box. Yeah, we'll see you guys very soon as we get this going, which is what's the first one? In Too Deep? Is that the first one? Maybe.
In Too Deep was the 3rd one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's the first Mythos pack was In Too Deep.
Oh,
I haven't internalized the order yet because I haven't made enough content for all.
I don't even know what the deluxe box ones are actually called.
Pit of Despair and the Vanishing of Elena Harper. Was that?
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and as always, GG's.